that kind of happens within SGA. So if y'all ever have a question, a concern, and want to plan an event, I want you to like feel free to come talk to me, come talk to Michael, come talk to Mason, anybody on exec. Specifically cabinet, like reach out to Michael, like, and if he doesn't give you an answer that you want, you can reach out to me. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to me. And that way we can go to Wes together. And if Wes can't answer that question, he will go to Mr. Speed. And then Mr. Speed will go to Dr. Crawford. Okay, so I don't want y'all to think that, I don't want y'all to ever think that you can't come talk to me or that you need to handle something yourself because I'm too busy or that I am not approachable enough. So I just wanted to apologize for if that was ever the case. So I just would like for you all to know that my door's always open. I'm in my office almost all the time except from 12 to 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So y'all come hit me up any time of the week. Yeah, I mean, obviously y'all got your rally towels. It's super cool. So I'll see all of y'all at the homecoming game on Saturday to support student affairs and to also to celebrate with all the alumni and the homecoming court for all the things tech related. So yes, I'm super excited. And cabinet, y'all stick around because we do have a special guest coming.
Okay, awesome. So appropriate channels. If you have a question about chain of command, you can go to the first presentation of the quarter. It's got it in there. Or come see me and I can show you that. All right, roll call will be done via this, correct, Elizabeth? Roll call's done. The roll call's done in the thing, right? The Google Doc, the virtual report thing. Do you need to do attendance?
Angelica, are you here?
Okay. There's a virtual report. It's going to be there. You can also go find it in the link tree, read all about it, whatever, and you can kind of read it and talk about it with yourselves while we wait for a special guest. But we're going to roll on with Senate business because we do have, although we don't have cabinet reports, we do have a Senate report that's going to have to happen. So I'll go ahead and let, do we have any Senate reports? I know Senator Augustine will be presenting, but do any other senators have a report? Yes, sir.
So College of A&S is going to do a town hall style meeting in here next Monday, just to have our students come and voice concerns. So if anybody's in A&S and wants to come to that, it's at 7:30 in here on Monday.
Awesome. If you if you're a college org and you want to put something like that on, that's a great idea, and we can help facilitate that. Yes, Mr. Senator Bender.
Okay, guys, your leadership council is doing an outreach for depression tomorrow. If y'all have time, it's between 10 to 1 p.m.
It may be
Oh,
possible. I don't know. It's up in there.
may possibly be getting canceled. If I don't say that it's canceled in the track later, then it still happens.
Okay. With that, we'll go ahead and get into Senator Augustine's report. Thank you, Senator Bender. Okay, Senator Augustine and Senator Lloyd, I believe, are going to be presenting this. Where are they at? Oh, there they are. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you all. Okay. So I would like to remind you all that we haven't had many bill presentations for the full ordeal. After they're done, you're able to ask informational questions, and this is for everybody. Senators and cabinets alike, if you have a question. We're not going to ask questions that have a motive or make a point about something. Okay? And if you do, don't worry. If you're confused, ask the question. I'll tell you if you can respond. Okay? All right. If you want to do next, you can just hit the next.
Is it
Yeah, it's already in there. I'll put it in. Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, so me and Colby have been working with this Ponton since this summer, I want to say spring, working on getting some resources for the LGBTQ space. It's not open yet, but it will be soon once they hire someone. And just to give some background info, hold on. The space was created in the spring through Ms. Ponton again. It's not open yet, as I said. It's located on the second floor of the student center behind OMA. It's like a room. There's 2 rooms and one of them is the LGBTQ center. And this is where PRISM and TAG have their weekly meetings, not just for the members, but also for the exec members. And again, me and Colby have talked with Ms. Ponton and PRISM, and they have asked for specific things for the resources, like for the center, like bean bags and mirrors and beanbag chair and desk. Yes.
I know we have a lot of stuff going on here. I'm sorry. Here, click on this page. And use the mouse. You see next.
Okay, so basically, this is their space. They already have like a little couch and a filing cabinet. So the cabinets in the back on the picture with the couches, that's actually going to be their library. And then the file cabinets that are by their the conference table, those are filled with clothes that they're also going to use for the resource center. Okay, so one of the items is the beanbag chairs. So one of them will go right behind the couch, and then the other one will go right in front of the whiteboard. It's not pictured, but it's on the right-hand side of the in the room, and so they'll be able to move that freely around whenever they have events or meetings or anything like that. They also.
And where you guys see like those two, what is it called? Bookshelves, those are gonna be gone. They're getting rid of those and they're gonna replace those with two study desks. And there's also gonna be like a conference table by those storage cabinets for more seating. Ms. Ponton had also, and Prism had also expressed that they wanted a mirror. Now the mirror is for the clothes that were donated in the storage cabinets for them to be able to try them on. I know sometimes that they had expressed that they don't really feel comfortable trying on clothes in the bathroom and looking at themselves in the restroom. So they had specified that they wanted a mirror in the LGBTQ center so they can look at themselves comfortably without judgment.
Okay, as for the cost, we wanted to get 2 bean bags, which are about like $149 each, 2 desks, which is $65, and the mirror, which is $166, what brings the total to about $600 roughly from Amazon. And then the reason for these resources is the new space is going to be a resource center and an area for them to hang out. It's just gonna be like a safe space for them to go for Prism and Tag to have their meetings, executive and regular meetings on a weekly basis. And then with the seating now, which is another reason why we need the beanbag chairs, is the conference table only sits about 6. Their meetings have roughly 14 to 20 people in them. So even with the conference room, the conference table and the couch is not enough space. And also, Prism is continuously growing as people are getting more comfortable in coming out. So just having the chairs and the desks gives them enough room to all be there and be comfortable.
And the president of Prism, Grendel, they had said that there's not really a space on Tech's campus where they feel like they can all meet comfortably without judgment. When me and Kobe had met with Grendel and Libby, and they also had made a statement on how they feel being at Tech. They said, as a campus, we have not been very welcoming to the LGBT students. Many of our LGBTQ students report feeling unsafe and unwelcome on campus. Prism, Tag, and the counseling center groups only provide temporary safe spaces. This campus lacks a home base where sexual and gender minorities can gather free from discrimination. The LGBT Resource Center hopes to become a comfortable and safe space to fulfill its need. Creating this space would allow LGBT students to know that they are welcome on this campus, feeling welcome would foster a sense of hope in our campus's LGBTQ community.
Okay. Okay, so now we'll entertain any questions that you have. And reminder, this is informational type questions only, please. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, Libby said that the chairs are like all of the chairs are like red, green, I think, yellow. They had all the colors except pink. So they said they wanted pink chairs to make it a full circle. So they wanted 2 beanbag chairs in front of them. why they want beanbags. That's just what they wanted. They said that would be most comfortable for them. And there's gonna be a small table in the middle.
Okay, and also, have you guys considered using an open door mirror instead of one that's freestanding?
That's the one that Ms. Pond had sent to us for it to stand up for them to look at
And it's
themselves.
safer because of the door opening. And it's a little bit safer just because with the door opening and closing and hitting the back wall, you wouldn't want the mirror to break. So that would just be a safer option.
Do you know where their office is located as of right now on campus?
So it's you know where the second floor of the student center is, where Office of Multi, right behind it, there's like a rainbow thing, and then it leads to a door, and that's where it's at. And like I said, it's locked right now. I mean, you can open it if you ask someone to, but they don't have a worker in there, so they have to wait until there's a worker in there, so it can be open the same time as OMA.
Is the conference table being like donated? Or is
They
that
already
something
have
already-
They already have the conference table. They set it up last week, I think.
It was in one of the pictures.
You mean,
Is anyone allowed in this place, or is it specifically LGBTQ only?
Anyone's allowed in the space to be able to study.
Any other questions for the center? Yes.
Did they send y'all what beanbags they want?
Yes, they did. Ms. Ponton sent us a link on Amazon.
Do you know the time frame of when it would be opening, or just whenever they hire someone?
I'm not sure.
Whenever they hire someone. Whenever they hire someone.
Kiara said next quarter.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, then we can, we'll go back in session. Thanks, guys. Good job. Senators, this is the kind of stuff that will happen in committees, but since we don't have those committees yet, we will be fixing that. So presentations happen in committees going forward. Okay, this is how I did it last year and it's easiest for this meeting. All right, so now after we get done fixing the slide, you good? I'm still waiting for our coach. All right. All right, if no other senators have a report, then we are going to move on with Senate business while we wait for our coach. What's going to happen is we're going to go into senators, we're going to go into formal session, and then we will just take a recess when our coach arrives. All right? So, here we go. I call this meeting 85th Student Senate to order. We'll now go into, do we have a motion to approve? Oh, first off, the Madam Secretary need to take roll.
Andrew Turner. And Ruta Chowdhury, I'm sorry, I know it's still the truth. Kamar Johnson. Rega, oh my.
Nope. Nope.
Lily Savage. Okay, I see you. That's it, thanks.
Okay, awesome. So now do we have a motion? I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Have a motion? Senator Sanford with the motion. Do we have a second to the motion? We have sufficient second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Be opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda is approved. Our first item of business, we do have old business today. This will be Spreaker Pro Tempore elections. Before we get started, I will let you all know the eligible senators from those who are nominated: Senator Miller, Senator Bender, and Senator Clifton. Okay, so with that being said, at this time, I'll allow them to come and make a 3-minute statement as to why they wish to be the Speaker Pro Tempore. And then after that period is closed, we'll have a brief period of debate if you'd like to say for or against, and then we'll move into voting. Okay, so at this time, the senators may come forward who are eligible to give a brief speech. And we're gonna hold off on clapping, booing, all the good stuff. This is just formal Senate session. All right. Who wants to go first? Just stand right over there in front of
Okay, hey everybody, so most of y'all might know me, I'm Caroline Clifton. I am the Uni Board ex officio senator this year. Hey Jacob. I am a senior in history and political science pre-law. So that's just a little bit of an introduction, and I believe I'd be a great speaker pro tempore for several reasons, but I'll go ahead and say a few to y'all tonight. The first reason is that I'm very passionate about SGA and what occurs in SGA. So, you know, I think that we're viewed as kind of an elitist organization. I think we're moving away from that this year, and I think that that's really important. And I'd like to consider or continue that kind of movement towards a more student-led organization. And so I think that my passion will help me, you know, be available and be ready for all the senators whenever they might need it as Speaker Pro Tempore. So another reason why I believe I'm qualified is because I have significant legislative experience. So last year I passed over a dozen proposed resolutions in 1 year. I got to serve on three different committees, the Legislative Affairs Committee, the Campus Improvement Committee, and the Elections Committee. So on legislative affairs and campus improvement, I think that I you know, learned a lot and learned a lot about legislation in general and how legislation should be presented, what the content of your legislation should include. And I believe that that will help me as Speaker Pro Tempore to be able to understand any legislation that's presented by y'all and be able to run the meeting in a professional manner. Then also on elections committee, that was a very good role for me to hold because if there's ever an internal election and Gage can't be here for some reason, I would be comfortable running that just because I was on the elections committee. And then lastly, I have great professionalism, communication, and confidence speaking to a large group of people. So, you know, if I was running a meeting, I feel confident coming up here, speaking to you all, I have no problem with that. Professionalism, you know, I carry myself professionally, and I would carry myself professionally to all the senators as well if y'all had any questions to ask me or any points of clarification. And then, of course, communication is the most important part of being Speaker Pro Tempore, and I believe that communicating with Gage and communicating with you all is super important, and I'm very accessible. I'm also very dedicated to SGA, so I would always be available for contact. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Miller. I think I know almost everyone here. This is my 3rd year on SGA, and I started out as a union board ex officio senator back my sophomore year. With that being said, I've gotten to know SGA throughout the years. We started my sophomore year as an organization that did not push the envelope enough for our students. We really have grown into an organization that advocates for every single student on this campus. And if you want someone who has experience advocating for our students, who has experience fighting for our students, and a track record of defending what the students at this university need, I'm the candidate for you. My goal this year for SGA is to accomplish as much as we possibly can and to hold our university accountable to a standard that our students deserve. And I think that's something that we can all accomplish together. I have experience in different committees across SGA. I've been here for a really long time. I've gotten to know a lot of the senators. I've gotten to know a lot of our cabinet members. And I have a really large passion to advocate and drive this university forward. Louisiana Tech, I think, is the best school in Louisiana, and we hit the mark on so many different things. But we fall short on some things too, and we need a person who can hold our leaders accountable and who can have a proper avenue to discuss the things that we need to improve upon. And I want to be that person for you. Thank you so much for your consideration.
Awesome. And finally, we have Senator.
Thank you, Gage. Hey guys, my name is Abram Bender. I'm currently the co-ed senator. I'm a senior in cyber engineering. And my SGA story goes back, I guess, to my freshman year when I was running for freshman senator and was telling people that I wanted to represent everyone on campus. So I wanted to be the person that everyone could come to and talk to about issues and represent them. So after losing 2 elections, I was finally able to get on SGA's cabinet and got to see in the Department of Technology a little bit of how it works. They're doing a great job. But later on, I was able to run and become the co-ed senator. And this is my 2nd year as a co-ed senator. So what being speaker means to me and what SGA as a whole means is that we can be the people that represent everybody. And so for me, that's why I wanted to get involved in not just SGA, but around campus. So through being involved with the Counseling Center, Career Center, Union Board, Engineering and Science Association, Student Recruiters, and starting Phi Delta Theta Fraternity, where I run meetings that we conduct actually very similar to this on purpose because it's run very ordered. This kind of allowed me to talk and get to know a lot of different people in a lot of different areas. And the reason for that, once again, is to be able to represent them better and be somebody they can come to when they have these issues so they can get resolved. That's why when I ran this year, one of the things that I said was that we needed a proper senator education program that didn't come at retreat, which we did last week, working with Gage to get that done. But it was so that our senators could write more meaningful legislation, because our senior senators even in the past have even stated that, hey, I didn't know how to write a bill until last year when I actually wrote one. And so that was something that we had an issue with. And I believe that together we can do a whole lot better. So that's why I would love to be Speaker Pro Temp. Love your support. And regardless of who wins, let's nail it out of the park this year.
Thank you. Where's sports at? Sports? Is he here?
I thought I heard it.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, the Senate stands in recess for a moment.
Allie.
I call this meeting back to order, the 85th Senate. We have out of recess. At this time, I'll recognize any senator for discussion regarding the eligible candidates for the pro tem board. Senator Meany.
Okay, so I'm speaking on behalf of Caroline. I just want to say again how serious she is about SGA. She's been here for 2 years and has been at the forefront of transforming this organization into one that actually makes a difference here on campus. Within a week of being sworn in as the new CCO, she had already written and passed a resolution, and I know that she had written a bill to be presented tonight, but it was put off by request of Dr. Sigmont. She's very organized and motivated to make SGA the best that it can be, and I think it's the type of motivation that we need in our school.
Thanks, Senator. Any other senators for discussion? Yes, sir.
Anyway, this is on behalf of Senator Clifton as well. Like Emily just mentioned, within a week of her being sworn in, she already started working on a resolution and it passed. I worked alongside her with that, and I got to experience the legislative experience that she brings to the table. I think that this would be a great person that we can put in a leadership role, where they can represent our team very well. And in place of Gabe, when he cannot make the meetings, I think that she will definitely be able to conduct business on a very serious note. And the thing that I'm just hesitant on whoever needs to go to.
Thank you, Senator. Any other senators have debate or discussion? Hearing none, we'll move this matter to a vote. Senator Bender? Is there any objection to voting via ballot? Senator Meany? Okay, Senator Meany objects to voting via ballot. Do we have a second to the previous motion to vote via ballot? We have a sufficient second. All those in favor, please make note by saying aye. Aye. The opposed? The motion carries. We'll vote via ballot. Okay, this is the QR code. This is for senators only. Yes? Open an incognito tab and sign with your second. What's next? All right, we'll, yeah, while we go, because we're just getting done here. We'll be there just a moment. Anybody have any issues voting? Anybody voted that? Anybody not voted that wishes to vote? Okay. Okay, senators, we've now moved this to a runoff election. We have to have a 2/3 approval. With that being said, we'll be dropping the lowest candidate, moving on with the top two until we have arrived at a 2/3. With that being said, we'll now get you to get out of that, and we're going to rescan it in just a moment, and you'll be voting between Senator Clifton and Senator Bender. Okay, any questions regarding this? Okay, just stand by for a minute because he's got to edit it. Once he gets done, then we'll reconsider. Good, okay, go ahead. All senators voted, just vote. What now? All right, come here. Come on. Okay, Zach. Anybody re-voted between Clifton and Bender that wish to vote? Okay, having concluded the poll, all senators have voted that wish to vote. Congratulations, Senator Clifton. All right, moving on with Senate business. All right, we'll now consider, do we have a motion to approve Senate Resolution, well, first, Senate Resolution 2122-5, as submitted by Senator Payne. If you would like to read that resolution, you can go ahead. You can do it from here. You can do it from there.
A resolution to celebrate the legacy of former Band of Pride director, Mr. Jim Rockman, whereas the Louisiana Tech Student Government Association, hereafter referred to as SGA, is a governing body of Louisiana Tech University, whereas according to whereas Mr. Jim Rockman graduated from Louisiana Tech University in 1972, receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in music education, whereas Mr. Jim Rockman is a proud alumni and esteemed member of the faculty of Louisiana Tech University and promoted athletics and the arts as a Louisiana Tech fixture, whereas Mr. Jim Rockman served his university as the leader of the Band of Pride for 30 years. Therefore, be it resolved by SGA Senate that the student body of Louisiana Tech University formally recognizes the accomplishments of Mr. Jim Rockman while celebrating his legacy and passion for service to the students of Louisiana
Thank you, Senator. All right. Do we have a motion to approve Senate Resolution 2122-5 as written? Senator.
I motion to approve, resolution 21-22.5 as submitted.
All right, we have a motion. We have a second to the motion. We have a position second. Do we have any discussion or debate? Hearing none, all those in favor, please let by saying aye.
Aye.
And the opposed? The motion carries. Congratulations, Senator Payne. Okay, we'll move on now to consideration of Senate Bill 21-22-2 as submitted by Senator Augustine. Senator Augustine, you may present from there. Ma'am? Yeah, if you'd like to. Go ahead.
A bill to acquire resources for the LGBTQ Center, whereas the Louisiana Tech Student Government Association, hereafter referred to as the SGA, is the governing body of Louisiana Tech University. Whereas according to 1.03 AC of the Constitution of the SGA of Louisiana Tech University, which is included in the list of purposes of the SGA, reads, to establish and execute such programs and projects beneficial to the students. Whereas the on-campus LGBTQ+ community and the Barrio Ponton, the Director of Multicultural Affairs, have expressed interest in having more resources for the new space and upcoming resource center. Whereas the center is now located on the second floor of the Student Center within the Office of Multicultural Affairs. Whereas the purchase of these resources would provide satisfaction to the students as well as a safe environment free from any discrimination, biases, and criticism. Whereas the spaces where Prism and Tag Transgender Advocacy Group have their weekly meetings for members and the executive team, therefore be it resolved by Louisiana Tech SGA that $600 be allocated to buy bean bags, a mirror, and desk for the completion of this project. All unused funds for this project will be returned to the SGA.
Thank you, Senator. Will there be a motion to approve Senate correction, Will there be a motion to approve Senate Bill 2122-2 as written?
Motion to approve Senate Bill 21-2 as written, or 2 as written.
Motion to approve Senate Bill 2122:2. Would there be a second to the motion? Sufficient second. Would there be any discussion or debate? Senator.
I would just like to debate in favor of this bill. I think everyone is kind of on the same page as far as that goes. The students who are part of the LGBTQ community need this space on our campus more than probably a lot of us even know. So I think that getting them, the full furniture and making sure that they get occupied space is definitely a necessity on campus.
Thank you, Senator.
I make a motion to vote by secret ballot.
We will arrive at that when we move to vote. Thank you, Senator. Would there be any more discussion or debate? Hearing no other discussion or debate, we'll now move this item to a vote, and I'll recognize Senator Cooper.
I make a motion to vote by secret ballot.
Would there be any objection to voting via ballot? We have several objections. We'll now move this item to a vote. Is there a second to vote via ballot? We have a sufficient second. All those in favor make known by saying aye. The opposed?
Nay.
We'll resolve to standing vote. All those in favor, please stand.
In favor of voting for
Sorry?
Point of clarification, what we're standing for.
Yes, this is a standing vote for the motion to vote via ballot. That was objected to and now it's being put to a vote. So all those in favor of voting via ballot,
Well, ballot is secret ballot.
all those in favor of voting via the strips of paper found on my desk on this particular item, please rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You may be seated. All those against the motion to vote via ballot, please rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you may be seated. All those voting as present or abstain. Okay, there is, oh, you abstain? Okay. We have 22 senators voting in the affirmative, meaning the motion fails, and we'll vote via voice vote. Yes, Senator?
I motion to vote via roll call.
All right, we have a motion to vote via roll call. Is there any objection to voting via roll call? Senator Bender? And with the objections, is there a second to the motion to vote via roll call? On? We have sufficient second. All those in favor of voting via roll call, please say aye.
Aye.
The opposed? And any against? And any voting present or abstain? The motion to vote via roll call is approved. We'll now vote via roll call. So we will prepare the ballot. The Madam Secretary, just let me know when you're ready. Okay, we'll make it in regular order. Senators, please. We'll make it in regular order while we prepare the ballot. All right, just call their last name. The Madam Secretary will call your last name and you'll record your vote as yay. This is voting for the bill. Yay, nay, or present or abstain. Okay? The Madam Secretary.
Senator Black.
Yay.
Senator Anderson.
Yay.
Senator Meany.
Yay.
Senator Miller.
Yay.
Senator Moscoso. Senator Payne.
Yay.
Audrey Smith.
Nay.
Senator Hayes.
Yay.
Senator Fourier.
Yay.
It should tally at the end. We'll fix it. Just continue.
Senator Pearson. Senator Bolton. Senator Cooper. Senator Glenn.
Yay.
Senator Barber. Senator Christian.
Yay.
Senator Peters. Sanford.
Yay.
Thomas.
Yay.
Bender.
Yay.
Goldsby.
Yay.
Miller.
Yay.
Ally Smith. Bryant. Torres. Senator Pocaro. Sorry, I know I butchered that. Senator Turner.
Yay.
Deloche.
No.
Clifton.
Yay.
Relaford.
Yay.
Boyd.
Yay.
Augustine.
Yay.
Robertson.
Yay.
Mora. Brewer.
Zach. The motion to approve Senate Bill 2122-2 as written is passed. Congratulations. Okay, with that, if there's no other final announcements, the Senate stands adjourned until open proceedings by the chair. See you later. Senators, if you got a bill passed, resolution passed, come see me, please. Good night.